former nursing assistant under criminal investigation tonight, accused of raping a patient and impregnating her at a long-term care facility.
Fox 10 has uncovered new details tonight on how this took several weeks for a state agency to find out about this alleged sexual abuse. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lund's been working on this story. He joins us live, and this is really disturbing.
And John, Christina, we want to warn you, many of the details we've uncovered are sexually graphic. Goodyear Police is investigating the man accused of sexually abusing and impregnating a patient. But records we found through Arizona's Department of Health Services reveal the alleged victim tried to tell the facility's director of operations that she was raped, but was ignored and told to, quote, follow chain of command. Back in January, Bobby Lee Williams voluntarily surrendered his certified nursing assistant license, which he had just received last June. Documents say Williams admitted to having sex with a patient at Palm Valley Post Acute, but told the board's investigator it was consensual and, quote, she came on to me. It was late November of last year when the board received 2 complaints about Williams, one from the Department of Health and one from staff at Palm Valley, learning the patient was now pregnant.
Yes, the board takes that very seriously. There's a specific rule against any nurse or nursing assistant having sexual relations with the patient.
The facility is located near McDowell and Litchfield Roads in Goodyear. Just days before the state's Board of Nursing was notified, Arizona DHS conducted a week-long investigation into the alleged sexual abuse at Palm Valley Post Acute. DHS found several deficiencies, saying the facility failed to implement policy to protect a resident and failed reporting and investigating allegations of sexual abuse. The 60-page statement of deficiencies refers to the alleged victim as resident number 38. Williams, who is now under investigation, is also called staff number 17. Documents say resident 38 was admitted to Palm Valley last September with a diagnosis of disrupted blood flow to the brain, post-concussion syndrome, anxiety disorder, and an unspecified head injury. On November 17, 2023, an investigator with AZDHS interviewed the alleged victim, who said she woke up to staff number 17 kissing her before he sexually abused her last September. Documents say after getting a roommate listed as resident 17, the victim texted her sister that God was looking out for her and maybe the CNA would not rape her anymore. The next day, the victim said another Palm Valley employee walked into her room and caught Williams on top of her. Findings reveal the alleged victim told DHS that when she drank a soda staff number 17 brought her, she could not move but was awake. She also stated that her alleged abuser raped her after she took medications because she would be tired. The patient claimed that Williams raped her a total of 15 to 20 times and that the incident replays in her head over and over, according to documents. A spokesperson for Palm Valley Post Acute sent a statement to Fox 10 saying, in part, "We take our patients' safety, security, and wellness seriously. We're aware of the allegations against a former employee, and it is important for the community to know that the individual in question was swiftly terminated after we learned of the allegations. We self-reported the issue to the appropriate officials and are complying with all investigations." Palm Valley's statement doesn't say when staff learned of allegations, but documents we obtained say resident 38 tried speaking with the director of operations in late September of last year, but she was allegedly told to follow chain of command, even though another nursing assistant reported the same incident to the facility's director of nursing on September 28th. DHS findings say despite knowing about allegations of sexual abuse, there is no clinical record or evidence that Palm Valley reported anything to a state agency until November 18, 2023. On that same day, the report was sent to Adult Protective Services and Goodyear Police. Per DHS records, it took a letter from a law firm representing the alleged victim for Williams to be suspended without pay by mid-November. When Williams was interviewed on November 18th of last year, documents say he thought the relationship was consensual because resident 38 pursued him with sexual conversations and made the first physical contact. The facility's report concluded that this was a consensual relationship and no sexual abuse happened. According to DHS, Palm Valley's administrator said he, quote, should have done a better job completing a thorough investigation and reporting, going on to say the facility could have dug deeper on the incident. And the Goodyear Police Department tells Fox 10 that there is an active investigation into Bobby Lee Williams. I'm told that the alleged victim notified Goodyear PD on October 13th of last year. Again, no charges have been filed at this time. And Arizona DHS is working with Goodyear Police and Adult Protective Services. A spokesperson says a concerned staff member, not facility leadership, reported the alleged sex abuse. Williams was officially fired 3 days after DHS began its investigation. Live in the studio, I'm Justin Lum for Fox 10 Investigates.